Shalom Israel, Shalom. It's your boy Kodash, man, back at it again. Here we go. Sorry for the lapse in the last video. Had some shit I had to take care of around the house and whatnot. But here we go. Finally, we're getting on the Native Indians are Israelites video. Here we go. Jumping right in it, man. I ain't gonna waste no time. I have a lot of information to bring out, so I'm just gonna jump right in it, man. These are books. All of you can check out, type it in, whatever, pull them up. I pulled up a couple of the actual books. I had them all in PDF, and then my last backpack got stolen, lost them all. Been trying to get them back, only have a few of them, so, we'll hit them up. But see what we got. We got Native Indians are Israelites. Let's see, first book. Okay, all the ones I have, hold on, let me get a pointer. Alright. So, all these ones that I have highlighted in the yellow, these are all specific references to the natives being Israelites. The other books that I do not have highlighted are, they basically like refer to it, basically they hint towards it, they say we come from the east and whatnot and all this stuff, but it doesn't like, exactly say, they're Israelites. But you can tell, but I just added them in there just for extra oomph, I guess, But let's get it. Oh shit. Hold on. Alright, here we go. Let's get it. In Search of the Roots of Ancient American Civilization, New Dawn, April-May 1994, number 24. It says, Montezuma, the Aztec leader, when the Spaniard Cortez invaded Mexico, reminded his ministers and high dignitaries. So this is a quote from Montezuma. It says, as I do, that our ancestors did not hail from this country we live in, but came from a far distant land led by a great prince. A speech given by Montezuma soon after the arrival of the Spaniards. So right here, he says, our ancestors did not hail from this country, but we came from a distant land led by a great prince, which is, when we came here back in the days of Salmanazar and whatnot. But just shows that, we were led here. Let's get it. This book, this is where it's at. In fact, actually, you know what? Let's just get, this is Yucatan Before and After Conquest from Diego de Landa, 1556. Diego de Landa was like this friar guy. He lived during that time. He was down here with the natives when they conquered and whatnot. And he had some things to say. Now let's get it. Here we have it. There's Landa's. I know I took a picture of it, But here we go. This is section 5 of the book, Provinces of Yucatan, its principal ancient structures. So let's get it. It says, some old men of the Yucatan say that they have heard from their ancestors that this country was populated by a certain race who came from the east. So see, the Mayans and everybody of the Yucatan and everybody said that they came from the east. It says, whom God delivered by opening for them 12 roads through the sea. There's 12, the 12 tribes, you know what I mean? But, we know only 9.5 came over, but, they said they opened 12 roads through the sea. If this is true, all the inhabitants of the Indies, all the inhabitants, man. See, this is what the problem, the reason why I'm coming out with this, man, I sorry to bring it up and stuff, but it's kind of a rebuke to a couple of us, specifically Lexwell, man. He's going off teaching that there's a difference between the natives, that, some of the Indians are Chinese, some of them are Hittite, which he says the Chinese are Canaanites, which is nonsense. But he, the bunch of nonsense, man. Tries to make a difference between the natives, but it's bullshit. They're all the same. It says all the inhabitants of the Indies must be of Jewish descent. All of them are of Jewish descent. It says, because the Straits of Magellan having been passed, they must have spread over more than 2,000 leagues of territory now governed by Spain. So now it says they passed the Straits of Magellan, what they call. They came from the sea, from the east, and now they inhabit more than 2,000 leagues of territory governed by Spain, which is, Central and South America at the time. And it says the language of this country is all one. So all these people coming around saying, oh, there was a bunch of different cultures, bunch of different languages, bunch of different blah, blah, blah. No. They were all Jewish, and they all had one language, a fact which aided greatly in its conversion. Actually, that helped them, man, because you're going to see later on that Columbus brought with him Hebrew interpreters. And because all of them spoke Hebrew, it was easy for them to convert everybody. It says, although along the coast there are differences in words and accents. So see, that's where you get these, oh, they had a bunch of different languages. No, it was all one language, but they had differences in words and accents. And in fact, there's an example of this in the scripture. Man, I should have pulled it up. I'm sorry, Israel. I had so much that I just, but I'll pull it up in the scripture portion. Actually, I'll pull it up in the scripture because I'm going to do a second lesson in this that has to do with scriptures and stuff like that. This is purely academic, as they say. But yeah, so that's the only difference. Is there's but I'm gonna just say it. There's a reference in the scriptures where one of the tribes were cutting off the other tribe and testing them by saying a certain word, and if they didn't say it in the accent that the tribe said it, I believe it was Manasseh, they killed those brothers. It was during some crazy shit. But anyways, those living on the coast are thus more polished in their behavior and language. So, of the coast, they're more polished in behavior and language. As you get more into the inland, they say they start getting a little crazier. But anyways, there's one reference. That's one page from that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, no, wrong way. Okay. Let's get another one. Here we go. Oh. Hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, that's about it. That's good. All right, that's it for that one. But basically, we saw Jewish descent. Language is all one. Now, the next book is the Annals of the Caciques, or the Caciques, or the Caciques. The princes, the lords of Totonicapon, translated by Delia Goetz, University of Oklahoma Press, 1953, pages 169 through 170. So this is from the University of Oklahoma Press. Quote, we find a direct reference to the racial origins of the kings and nobles who led and governed the Maya in the New World. These, then, were the three nations of the Quiches. They came from where the sun rises, descendants of Israel, of the same language and the same customs. So right here, these Quiche, because they call them the Quiche Mayans, they say that there was three nations, which was just, three of the families. See, they try to break it all up, man. They try to mindfuck you. They're like, oh, there was a bunch of different, Indian nations, man. Apache and Comanche and all this shit. Those were just different families, man. We had different families. The tribes of Israel broken up into different families, just like the Levites. They were broken up into 4 families, 3 different families, and then Aaron. So we've always done this, man. And but look, the descendants of Israel, when they arrived at the edge of the sea, Balaam Kitze touched it with his staff, which is Balaam, the Lord Quiche, Lord of the Quiches, touched it with his staff, and at once a path opened, which then closed up again, for thus the great Lord wished it to be done, because they were the sons of Abraham and Jacob. So see, he touched it with the staff, which is reminiscence of the Red Sea crossing and the Jordan crossing, and then we also cross. We're a bunch of river crossers, man. This is why they like to bash on the northern tribes, bash on the Mexicans, and call them wetbacks and shit, man. That's because they're crossing the Rio Grande into the New World, right, into America. That's what That's what we are. We're river crossers, man. We cross over. We're the Abari. We cross over, man. And it's because we were the sons of Abraham and Jacob, which is Israel. So was that those 3 nations passed through. We have written that which by tradition our ancestors told us, who came from the other part of the sea, who came from Sivan Tulan bordering Babylonia. So they had migrated from the border of Babylonia, which, was Persia. They got brought over in 2 Kings and in 2 Esdras. They got brought over to Assyria, over the rock. See, Robrack, sorry, brother, but, you saying, well, the Most High staved the spring so they could cross over. No, they were brought over the waters. I'm going to hit it. They brought over the waters, and then they went back in the waters and went down and sailed over here. But what you going to do? But there's another book referencing, so that's 2 of them now, referencing that Israelites, the Indians are at Israel. So this one's Incidents of Travel in Central America by John L. Steffen. Says, quote, the author quotes that Fuentes, so this is like a little synopsis of it, the synopsis, or the breakdown of it, that you read in like the backs of books and stuff. It says, the author quotes that Fuentes, the chronicler of the ancient kingdom of Guatemala and of the Toltec Indians, So, he's quoting Fuentes. Says, said of the origin of the leaders of the Quiche Mayans. So this is the origin of them. Fuentes said that according to the grandson of the last Quiches, the Toltecs were Israelites. So right here, again, I don't have it highlighted because I couldn't get the specific page number on it and stuff like that. But this also says we were Israelites, released by Moses from the tyranny of Pharaoh. After crossing the Red Sea, they became idolaters. To escape the reproofs of Moses, they stayed away, and under the leadership, so they're saying that they didn't want to get reproved. So under the leadership of a man named Tanub, this great prince, they drifted from the continent to continent until they came to a place they called the Seven Caverns, a part of the kingdom of Mexico. Here they founded the city of Tula. The story recounts from Tanub, their leader, sprang the ruling families of the Toltecs and the Quiche Mayans. So the Toltecs and the Mayans, the Olmecs, all of them were Israelites, man. All of them were Israelites. Let's keep going. Compendium of World History, Herman L. Ho, Volume 2, page 88. In the Papu Vo, which is the Quiche Mayans' holy book, are recorded the migrations and wanderings of their ancestors. Notes the author, quote, it traces their origins eastward across the Atlantic Ocean to the Old World. Other Indians had similar origins of having to cross a great body of water from the northeast to reach their present land. So we all of them, all the natives have this story, man. We all came from the east, man. All the northern tribes came from the east, not from the Bering Strait, from fucking China. Okay, so now the Papu Vo. This is the actual book. The Papu Vo, English version by Goetz and Morley, pages 171 and 172. Quote, they also multiplied there in the east. All lived together. So this is they're giving their origins of mankind in this, They multiplied in the east. This is also, so page 171, 172, and 181 and 183. It says they multiplied in the east. Everyone lived together. They existed in great numbers and walked there in the east. The speech of all was the same. They did not invoke wood nor stone. So this is pre-Nimrod. This is all coming fresh from Noah. And they remembered the words of the Creator. They came from the east. They left there from that great distance. They crossed the sea. So again, another in the Papu Vo, man. So you got two books talking about the Papu Vo, talking about how they came from the east. So now we got Pre-Transoceanic Contacts by Stephen C. Jett. It says, quote, briefly summarized, the Papu Vo, so this is talking about the Papu Vo again, and other Mesoamerican traditions relate that the humans were created in the east and lived there in darkness. The ancestors of the Maya left the east, crossing the sea in a fleet of 7 vessels carrying many companies, and sailed along the Gulf of Mexico coast to its farthest westward point at Panuco, where the people debarked. They were evidently led to Tula by priests or bookmen who carried their symbols of rank and their gods with them, which it wasn't gods, but they're trying to spin it talking about gods, but we know what it is, man. The Israelites came over here. We came from the east. There's too many books talking about it, man. I don't even know what you guys are gonna do with all this. Okay, now we got another one. This one's in Spanish. It's Obras Histórica, Editoria Nacional Mexico, 1965, Volume 1, pages 40 through 41, 56, and 71, and also Volume 2, pages 33. Fernando de Alva Icticoquitel. Alright, so that's the fool who wrote it. It says, when the Toltecas fought, or the Toltecs, they donned some clothes in the manner of long tunics of 1,000 colors to their heels. This is the coat of many colors of Joseph, embroidered with very thick and heavy. Some had long lances and others spear throwers and clubs studded with iron. They wore helmets, of copper and gold, and some used bucklers, principally those who carried clubs. Likewise, the Toltecas wore the rest of their clothes that I have mentioned above, tunics like those of the priests, white although different. So then the priests had different white tunics. Like the high priest had to wear all white linen to go into the Holy of Holies for the Day of Atonement. Neither more or less than the tunics that our religious priests wear underneath. So this is where, that they stole our gear from us, man. For besides being like these, they have had sleeves like those of the Yodores, or certain hoods, as I have already declared above. So we had hoods, which is a part of Isaiah, man. We used to wear hoods. The hoodie comes from us. This is their clothing was some long tunics in the manner of the long robes which the Japanese use. Oh, wait, what? Whoa, what was that? What? Their clothing was some of long tunics in the manner of the long robes which the Japanese use, and the footwear which they wore sandals, and used something in the manner of hats made of straw or palms. So they wore tunics like the Japanese, and that's because the Japanese are freaking Hebrews. Oh, would you look at that? The tunics of 1,000 colors is one of the identifying signs of the Israelite tribes descended from Joseph, and is the origin of the tartans worn by the clans of Scotland. So you know where you get these Edomite clans from Scotland, you know, wearing their little plaid, you know, colors and all whatnot. They got that from us, man. Yep, the kilts and all that, man. They got all that stuff from us, man. Because the original Irish and Scottish and all that were Danites. I'm gonna link that in too. Let's keep going. Collected Works of Hugh Nibley, Volume 7, Chapter 8, pages 215. The topic of blood. Oh man, this is where it gets good. The topic of blood types also raises questions about the so-called Mongoloid origins of the American Indians. Okay, so now you got a lot of fools like Lexwell and, you know, just a bunch of them, man. All these Negro-only stupid-ass Israelites running around saying that the damn Indians are so-called Mongoloids, right? Oh, well, let's see. What does Hugh Nibley have to say about this? According to Hugh Nibley, it is fairly well known by now that the predominant blood type among the Mongols is B. Okay, so now we go to B blood type. See, now I don't trust in no motherfucking science. I don't trust, and you know what? I'm gonna pull that up for you. Why? Right after this, I'm gonna show you why. But let's get it. Predominant blood type among the Mongols is B, a type which is extremely rare among the Indians. Oh wait, what? Mongols, or you know, people of Asia, have B blood type, but that is extremely rare among the Indians, whose dominant blood type is O. That being found among 91.3% of the pure-blooded North American Indians. Here is a mystery, writes Beals, commenting on the disturbing phenomenon that requires much pondering and investigation. I wonder why, because it totally dispels everybody's whole, oh, the natives are, you know, related to Chinese people. No, bullshit. They're Israelites. Chinese people have B blood. Israelites have O blood for the most part. This is for the most part. Like I said, there's differences. You can look up blood types and stuff like that. Like, I don't trust in no sciences, but if anything, I'll give some type of credence to blood types just for the fact that, you know, you can't be going around giving different blood types to different people because they'll die. Okay, so now, pull up Google Maps. Google Images. Blood types and evolution, they say, you know. But let's get it. Look. Percentage of population that has the BLL or the B blood type, right? So the redder it gets, the darker it gets, you know, and the bluer it gets, the more they have the B bloodline. The lighter it is, the less they have it. Look at this. Look at that, none. That's 0 to 5%. That's nothing. They have nothing. Very damn few? 5 to 10% maybe? Because maybe they somehow mix, but nah, none. Look at look. There's spots in Africa that have none. In the Middle East, where our people still are, they have none. The Ethiopian, the Somalian have no B. The Aborigines of Australia have no B. Look at that. Because the Australians, the Aborigines are freaking Hebrews, man. But look at where the highest populations are. This is Asia. This is your Mongolians, your Chinese, your all that shit, man. Look, notice the Japanese don't have it. That's not red. Look at all the islands where all our brothers are, man. They're not red. But these are, because these have the B blood type. We don't. We don't, man. Look. Here's another little chart. Look, this is the group O blood type. So blue, I know it's hard to see, means 75 to 100%, and the white means you have none. Look, they hardly have any traces of O bloodline, man. But look, the Aborigines do. All they're pushed out in reservations, just like the natives over here, man. Aborigines and the natives have the same damn story. They're like the same damn people. They even look alike a bunch. This is crazy, man. How come nobody knows this shit? Come on, man. Look at this. This is your Hebrews, man. They don't have Chinese blood type. How could they be Chinese if they don't have the same blood type, man? But you know. And see, and I don't even put much speculation into the blood types and the science. You know why? Because I got a little book here called The Synagogue of Satan, I know many people don't talk about this book, and I know many people are scared to bring it out, but I'm gonna motherfucking bring it out. In this book, The Synagogue of Satan, which is just, basically a bibliography of what all the fuck shit that the damn Amalekites do in the world. Within this book, because this is the new updated expanded version, this book contains, let's see, the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, okay? Now, the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. I'm gonna start doing a weekly session on these protocols, man. I gotta start bringing them out. You know why? Because you guys don't know. You guys just don't understand, do you? Nope, no knowledge. But anyways, let's get with look. Look. This is in 1897. The Rothschilds found the Zionist Congress to promote Zionism. Okay. Look. The minutes of the first World Zionist Congress will be released to the world many years later as the protocols of the meetings of the learned elders of Zion. So this is the intro. Was like at the beginning of the first World Zionist Congress. This is what they did, man. First discovered by non-Jews when it was purchased in 1884 by the daughter of a Russian general, Justine Glinka, for the sum of 2,500 francs from Joseph Shorst, a Jewish Freemason from the Mitzrayim Lodge in Paris, and ever since. And the Mitzrayim Lodge, only Jews are allowed to own the Egyptian Lodge. They're only allowed to join that, only Jews. So she got it from him, man. This is how we have the protocols. You got sellouts. So we're gonna go through the protocols. I wanted to read you a protocol. I'm gonna go through the whole thing, but I wanted to read you something because you got a lot of brothers, man. A lot of these people that are fighting this whole, native aren't Israelites. That's one of their main arguments that I've heard is that they're Chinese, man. They're Mongols. They're Chinese. DNA. See, and everybody's all up on this DNA. Everybody's all up in science's ass. Everybody, and I noticed this, man. It's funny that it's weird that somehow the people in the camps have more common sense about natives and Hispanics and Latinos, so-called, being Israelites more than the damn people that are getting out of the Christ spell, man. You got like this 50-50 chance, man. When you get out of the Christ spell, there's like you're just gonna revert back to Esau's bullshit and just pretend like you're in the Torah, or you're actually gonna get into the motherfucking Torah. And all these pretenders like to jump back on science. I noticed, man. They like to talk about science. Well, let's see about this science. This is protocol number 2. Okay. Now, let's see. It says the Goyim. Remember, the Goyim are the Gawai, the nations, right? Let's see what the Amalekites say. They say the Goyim are not guided by practical use of unprejudiced historical observation. So this is y'all's problem, man. Y'all people that be denying the northern tribes, you guys are unable to view history unprejudicedly. You guys view historical observation through prejudice, but by theoretical routine. And this is also what you do. So you're prejudiced, and you just use theory. You use theoretical routines without any critical regard for consequent results. And your consequences for you guys going off your science and going off of your own damn prejudices and your theories and your routines and shit, what you're ending up doing is causing a lot of Israelites to go off. And that's not fucking cool at all. And that shit needs to fucking stop already. You guys are prejudiced. That's the only reason why you guys don't want natives and Mexicans and shit to be Israelites, is because you guys are fucking prejudiced, man. Just admit it. Just fucking admit it. We need not, therefore, take any account of them. So they don't even take these Amalekites don't even view you guys as a threat, man. They don't even take account of you guys because you guys are worthless. You're doing exactly what they want. Watch, check it out. Let them amuse themselves until the moment strikes, or live on hopes of new forms of enterprising pastime, which is happening with America right now. They're getting everybody stuck on hopes of forms of enterprising pastimes. They're like, oh, well, America almost fell before we went through the Great Depression, but we recovered, and the 50s were the greatest, time that America ever had, and blah, 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 and all that fucking bullshit, right? Well, that's what they want. They want you to do that, or to stay on memories of all that you've enjoyed. So that's why, they have everybody all up on taking pictures all the time, and Facebook and the Instagram, and pictures and memory books, and what do people always say too, when they go out and drink? They're like, oh, they're a bunch of comedians even joke about that shit. They're like, oh, what do people do when they drink? They just talk about the last time that they got fucked up. That's all it is, man. You're dwelling on your memories. For them, so let those people, let that play the principal part. So let them play the part which we have persuaded them to accept as the dictates of science or theory. Your science is fucking theory, man. Your science, any of it, your science is bullshit, man. And you guys man. Oh, you guys are idiots. Sorry guys, but come on, man. You guys obviously didn't do enough research. Science is theory, and that's what they persuaded you to accept, man. Don't you guys see? Man, Israel's dumb. It is with this object in view that we are constantly, so they keep this object in view constantly by means of our press. This is how they convince you, man. They're constantly bombarding you or persuading you to accept this shit through the press, man, through movies, music, media, all that shit. They arouse a blind confidence in these theories. You guys are blind, bro. You blindly confide in these things. They're fucking theories, man. And then look, it gets worse. The intellectuals of the Goyim, so all your so-called scientists and professors and mathematicians, all you motherfuckers that love science so much, all your so-called smart people, right? They will puff themselves up with their knowledge, and without any logical verification of them, will put into effect all the information available from science. Oh, would you look at that? They arouse a blind confidence in theories, and your intellectuals puff themselves up. They think that they're tough shit in their knowledge without any logical verification. You guys don't use logic. All you people that depend on science, any type of science, you don't use logic. That's why I didn't even really want to bring up the blood types thing. But at least the blood types thing is, understandable. Like I said, you can't pump someone else. We shouldn't even be taking blood and giving blood, first off, because the life is in the blood. But even if you were to do that, you can't be mixing that shit, man. So that's the only reason why I'll bring that up, is because, okay, they have blood banks, they got all that shit, okay. But I don't even trust that completely, man, because look, they arouse a blind confidence, man. You guys don't use logic, dude. You guys don't use scripture. You don't depend on the Most High. You don't depend on logic. It says what? That you will put into effect all the information available from science. Oh, mitochondrial DNA, which our agentur. Look at that word. Look at it. You know what? Hold on. Because I know you guys are simple. Agentur. You see that right there? Yeah. Agentur. I know that's not how we spell it now, but it's called a different language. It's different words, different way to spell the word. But this is agentur. We must learn this, which our agentur specialists have cunningly pieced together for the purpose of educating their minds in the directions. Look at this. Key point. We want. Agenturs, through the press, arouse a blind confidence and persuade you with their theoretical knowledge. These agenturs, they are specialists. They cunningly piece the shit together to educate your minds in the way that they want. I don't ever want to hear anybody bring up the word fucking science or DNA or mitochondrial shit or anything ever again. If you do, you're fucking retarded. Sorry to be so rough and to be so rude, but what the hell, dude? Like, what the hell? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? So, anyway, back to this. Beyond Star Wars. Yeah, I know, it's a funny title. But anyways, William F. Duncanbring. That last name's even worse than the Beyond Star Wars title. Duncanbring, right? I know, right? Anyways, Triumph Publishing Company, 1978. Quote, records the use of Hebrew-sounding words amongst the various North American tribes. Since Hebrew is very similar or almost identical to the Old Phoenician, it's the same damn language. Phoenician, Moabite, Hebrew, Aramaic, they're all the fucking same language. They're sister languages. They're all the same language. They just have differences in some words and pronunciations and accents, just like we read. Says Dankenberg, Dankenbagam, Donkenhugindinga, whatever the fuck. Say these two reputable scientists of the last century, Mariano Edward Rivero and John James von Schutte. We're going to hit that up now, in a minute. The use of Hebrew words was not uncommon in the religious performances of the North American Indians. And Adair assures us that they called an accused or guilty person Haksit Kanaha, or a sinner of Canaan, and to whom who was inattentive to religious worship, they said, "Si Haksit Kana, or Kanaha, or you resemble a sinner of Canaan." Pages 102, 101, and 102. One stone found at Fort Benning, Georgia, writes Dankenbring, has unusual markings all over it. I saw the stone myself and took photographs of it. The inscription on the stone, he, Dr. Cyrus Gordon asserts, is in the writing style of Canaan, or Hebrew, the promised land of the Hebrews, page 82. So this is the word of Canaan, the language of the promised land of the Hebrews. And if you read, there's a scripture that says he will turn us a pure language, which is the language of Canaan, because the fucking Canaanites spoke Hebrew. All right, children. Peruvian Antiquities, Mariano Edward Rivero and John James Schutte, 1857. All right, I've got the book for this one. Page 8. The peopling of the regions of the Americas by the Western nations before the discovery of Columbus. Hypothesis, which, if they do not offer a degree of probability... Okay, hold on, let's get it. Let's see. Among others, among others, there is one meriting particular notice. So, they're saying that, there's a bunch of, hypotheses of going around of who the Americans are, of the American Indians. But here's this one merit. It's got merit behind it. Particular notice. It is that which attributes the origin of the American races to the tribes which composed the ancient kingdom of Israel. Oh, would you look at that? They are Israelites. That is, to the 9.5 tribes, for you, the Canaanites. No, bullshit. To the 9.5 tribes conquered and carried captive from Samaria, while there still remained in the kingdom of Judah and in the cities of the opposite shores of the Jordan, the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and half the tribe of Manasseh. So they say half the tribe of Manasseh stayed, but it was just really Levi. So they, they need to work on their scripture shit, but they basically got it right, man. These are the dudes that were taken from Samaria, the 9.5 tribes. Look, the learned rabbi, Manasseh ben Israel, so this is coming from a rabbi, in his collaborated work, The Hope of Israel, published in Amsterdam in 1650, was the first who treated this subject at the request of Montezuma, who had traveled in South America. Now, we're going to hit that Montesinos, a couple people call them a couple of different things. Oh, but let's continue. We're on the same thing. It says Manasseh ben Israel, Montezuma, South America, and recognized there in his Indian guide an Israelite who assured him that there lived in Cordilleras a considerable number of Indians of the same origin with himself. So this Montezuma guy had an Indian guide, and he was like, yeah, we're Israelites. Although the historical events alleged by Manasseh ben Israel are less numerous than those of his successors, so Manasseh ben Israel, his events are less numerous than others, than people that succeeded him, still, the proofs which they offer are plausible and not wanting in acuteness. So these proofs are plausible and not wanting in acuteness. So they're very acute. And it is a singular fact that Giorgio Garcia, another guy, an ancient author, in his interesting work, The Origin of the Indians, makes mention of the Spanish tradition according to which the Americans proceeded from the 9.5 tribes of Israel, whom Salmanazar, king of Assyria, carried away captive. Come on, man. This is second Esdras. You guys don't know? Do you not know, man? Like, come on, man. Look. passing by the proofs, more or less ingenious, advanced. So look at who else talks about this. So Heckelwelder, Beltrami, de Layet, Emmanuel de Moriaz, Beatty, Samuel Sonhop Smith, William Penn, the council. Look at the man. Just there's so many people that talk about this subject. It's not even freaking funny anymore, man. Like really, it's not. And then look, it even goes on. I don't have page 9, but if you read it, it talks about this ark, and it says they take it with them to war. So they had a replica of the ark, just like the Japanese do, man. Japanese have a replica of the ark. I'm gonna show some videos on that shit. I'm gonna do a Japanese or Israelites video too. It is never permitted to touch the ground, but rests upon the stones or pieces of wood. It being deemed sacrilegious and unlawful to open it or look into it. The American priests scrupulously guarded their sanctuary, and the high priest carries on his breast a white shell worn with precious stones, which recalls the Urim of the Jewish high priest, of whom we are all reminded by a band of white plumes on his forehead. So look, he's wearing an umim, a thumim, that the priest is decked out just like the priests of ancient Israel. According to the credible testimony of Adair, the Indians of North America celebrate the Feast of First Fruits with religious dances, singing in the chorus these mystic words, Yo Meshika, He Meshika, Wa Meshika, but it was Ya Ha Wa. Ya Mashakya Ha Mashakya Wa Mashakya, which is Ya is the Messiah, Ya is the Savior. Forming thus with the first 3 syllables the name Jehovah and the name of Messiah thrice pronounced following each initial, because he is our Messiah, he is our Savior. So look, man, it's all Hebrew, man. It's all look. Another occasion, they just keep going, man. The use of Hebrew words was not uncommon in the religious performances of the North American Indians, and Adair assures us that they called an accused person or guilty person Haksit Kanaha, or a sinner of Canaan. Remember, this is the part of the book that the other guys quoted. So you know it's all legit, man. And all these guys go off each other. All these guys know that all this shit's fucking legit, man. Look, the South Indians of the South were caught saying Alleluia or Hallelujah. They were saying Hallelujah and Yahweh and singing all this shit, man. Like, come on, guys. See, those authors who attribute a Hebrew origin to the American tribes do not agree among themselves touching the coming of the Israelites into the New World. Some think that they came directly from the Eastern Hemisphere to the West and established themselves in central and southern parts, which is what they did. They came from the East. Some of them still try to say, oh, well, they still migrated through the Bering Strait and all that shit. But we know that's not true. Really, they just sailed from the East. And they said, but this guy at least admits it. He's like, listen, there are some, people that don't know exactly, of this hemisphere, but the majority are of the opinion that they crossed Persia and the frontiers of China and came by the way of the Bering Strait. But that's impossible because, if you use common fucking sense, which the Jews trained you not to use, if you used unprejudiced common logical sense, you would know that that's impossible, because they said that Bering Strait was frozen, right? And that's how we crossed over. Well, we had this thing called the fucking flood, and that wiped out everybody, even if there was people here before then or whatever the fuck. That wipes everybody out. Everybody comes from Shem, Ham, and Japheth, meaning this Bering Strait has been underwater and will remain underwater this whole fucking time. So how in the hell did they travel across? Unless they had boats. But why didn't they just sail from fucking Babylon like they said? It's you get what I'm saying? Like you use common sense, man. Fucking use common sense. Let's see. What else do we got? Just use common sense, man. Let's see. Okay, well, we have the priesthood. We talked about that. Hold on. Okay, here we go. It cannot be denied. This is page 149 of the Peruvian Antiquities. It cannot be denied that the above tradition of the Kriya, or the creation of the world, of the creation of the world, so the above tradition of the creation of the world by the invisible and omnipotent Khan, the primitive happy state of man, their corruption by sin, the destruction of the earth and its regeneration, bears a distinct analogy to the Mosaic chronicle of the earliest epoch of the history of the human race, and we readily distinguish in this system the primitive monotheistic religion. So basically, everything is Mosaic, man. Everything that they do is Mosaic. It has to do with Moses and the law. Let's see. Okay, let's go back. Now we're done with that book. Here we go. Okay, we hit up Peruvian Antiquities. I hope this is starting to really sink in, man, because if it's not, I don't know what to do with you guys, for you guys. Like, in all honesty, and if you guys want the lesson on this, I could send it to you over the email or whatever the hell. Okay, so next book, Lost Tribes and Promised Lands from Ronald Sanders. Now, I wish I had this motherfucking book. I had it in my hands one time because Brother Darash rented it for me. But look at this shit. Lost Tribes and Promised Land, Ronald Sanders. Look how much this shit is. This is the one you want because they cut out shit from the paperback. The hardcover is $584, man. Used $584. One new from $1,000 almost. One collectible for $700 almost. 12 used for $400, and that's the paperback. 6 new for $800. How the hell are we supposed to afford this damn thing, man? And you got Shaka Amos and shit talking shit because he could afford $1,000 coffin text and talking down to the rest of us. Well, you know what, man? We're not all paid off by fucking Masons, man. We all struggle, bro. We're fucking Hebrews. We're not sellout coons and shit. Fucking doing shit for Amalek and Esau, man. Fucking living off the goddamn devil. We don't do that shit, man. We depend on the Most High. But look at this shit. Fuck, $800,000 for this damn book. I wonder why. I wonder motherfucking why. Quote, a striking element in Columbus's geographical religiosity is his intense and abiding interest in the fourth or second book of Esdras. So Columbus was obsessed with second Esdras of the Apocrypha. This was often cited by Columbus, who argued that since only 1/7 of the world was water, a good deal more dry land than what we know, than what yet was known, remained to be discovered overseas. But Columbus seemed to have found more in Esdras than just this geographical argument, which was talking about the Israelites. Here's one of the things he writes about this verse in his marginal notes. So this is Columbus's marginal notes. And by the way, this guy is Jewish. This prophecy is not accepted by the reprobate Jews. Yet it has been accepted by innumerable ones amongst them who have believed in the Gospels. Israel has thus been split into 2 branches, a division predicted by the prophet Samuel to King Saul. Page 77 through 78 in Ronald Sanders' book. So basically what he's saying is that he's alluding to the fact that our tribes were broken into 2, and because of second Esdras, what it says that we came over here, man, that half of that branch, half of them peoples came over here. Okay. But meanwhile, it's page 79. But meanwhile, the Apocrypha Esdras, which was, by the way, a book of special importance to many new Christians, has a good deal to say about the original lost tribes. And this could not have passed lightly under Columbus's somewhat mystical gaze. So Columbus was mysticized by this shit, and it did not pass lightly under him. Surely, he saw special meanings for his own times and for himself in the passage in 2nd Esdras 13, 2-5. And it's because it's the man coming from the sea, which is just fucking Michael. If you read that shit, they try to spin it off as the son of man and all this shit, but the person coming from the sea and coming to help us out and all that shit is Michael, man. And Zion is us. But anyways, if I have to break 2nd Esdras down and break it down, I fucking will. Page 187. For this increasing frequency and conviction, Duran, so another guy, came to see the elements of a Judaic character in the old Aztec religion. So the old Aztec religion was Jewish. At this first appears only. So at first. So this is why you guys. This is you guys. This is all you